Good morning everybody, it's Tuesday, the something of February, I believe it's the 9th or 10th of February. I'm up to page 214 of A History of Magic and I'm still enjoying it. I didn't really read much over the weekend like I thought I did. In my last update it was actually my birthday and I had a really nice weekend. It was a busier day than I thought though. I didn't really have as much home time even though I really enjoyed it. So I only got about I think 2.5 booktube videos watched and I didn't get to read at all or do any of the other tidying stuff that I wanted to, but that's okay. It was still a really good weekend. Daniel and I travelled away a little bit to see my sister, and then we also went shopping for wedding earrings, which is awesome, except now I don't have my engagement ring because it's getting resized, which it needed to be, but it's always not as fun to part with it. But after all this, I really didn't get any reading done, and on Monday morning I wasn't really feeling like up to reading. I was a bit more tired from the weekend, so I didn't really read, and I didn't read in the evening despite wanting to, but I just didn't really feel like I just really didn't feel like it, so I ended up starting a new TV series called Sweet Magnolias, which I've been looking at on Netflix for a while now, and decided to start it instead of starting Bridgerton, which a few people have told me to do, because apparently there's this one lady at work that I remind her of Daphne, and I don't know who Daphne is, and I would like to eventually end up watching it, but I wasn't feeling it. I could see it, and I was just like the periodness of it is interesting to me because I like the costumes and the settings and things like that, but the storyline was never something that made me like get really invest or really want to watch it, whereas with Sweet Magnolias it was always one that I would just watch the commercial for it and think about picking it up, but never sort of, it wasn't the right time, and then I just did, and I really enjoyed the first episode, so that's going really well. I don't really have a lot to report reading wise. I'm up to the chapter of Care of Magical Creatures and have learnt that there are tree dwelling kangaroos, which is really weird for me because in Australia we have kangaroos, so I was kind of like, did not know that there was a species that dwells in trees, but they're not actually native. Those species are not native to Australia. They're native to another country and they're very rare. People thought that they were extinct, that kind of thing. And I was also able to look at the page in this with the spiders on it and not freak out too much. I did have to have the book away from me to be able to flick the page over, but the drawings were okay and I was able to bring it closer to me and read the page, so that is really good. But I'm going to go now and I will talk to you guys in my next update. Hey guys, Friday night, the 12th of Feb? 12th? Yes. Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year. I have to start reading to tell you how good this is. Oh my god, like, after reading a lot of books for like most of the year and a bit of last year that are just sort of alright, nothing that's been like there has been things that are amazing, but they don't happen all the time, and that's my dog. It generally isn't fiction, and I just don't know how to deal with books that are so good. Like, oh my god, here, it's cute. I just, how do you keep reading things that are so good? So, The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis. I finished A History of Magic. Maybe I'll update you later. Maybe I won't. I thought he was going to stay more in, but he's not, so. I'm up to page 94 and Jesus, like, oh, there is like so much tension, not as much as like when I was reading Assassin's Apprentice and I had to stop, but there's still like a lot, and like it's really fast paced, which is awesome, maybe because it's like a teen book, it's a great teen book, and oh my god, like the character development is really good. So there's 5 characters that we talk about here, and you would think 5, that's a lot to deal with, but to begin with we actually first get introduced to Clementine and then Asta. Those two really quickly, they're sisters, so I know them pretty well. I think Asta is going to be the main character, And then we sort of find out who Violet is fairly easy on. She's like the villain nemesis or whatever that gets thrown together with them because they've got like this epic chance at freedom from being freed from their prostitution house. And even though Violet has always seemed like she's called the favourite, even though she's someone that seemed in with like the bad people that own the prostitution house, she's just like, I still don't want this life. Like, this life sort of chose me because I was born into it. The rest of the girls were sold into it, but she was born into it, which is why she's like the favourite. But when she found out that they were getting out, she's like, like I may look like the favourite and I might have acted like a little snitch for my whole life, but it doesn't mean that I would choose this for myself. And then there was just Tansy and Mallow, who we're just getting to know. Mallow not so much at the moment because I haven't read that much, but Tansy, we've just gotten to know her a bit more in this. And like the way that like Charlotte Nicole Davis is introducing us to the characters, and like the stakes were already really high, like I was already really caring about it, and then we've just done like this one action-packed scene where like the stakes have just gotten even higher, and like, I don't know what to do. Like I literally was in the middle of reading and had to come and do this vlog because I don't know how to contain it, how much I'm enjoying it. Yeah, how does one read but not read? How do I deal with this? How do I deal with this? Oh boy, it's amazing, and I'm really hoping, so a book plot trope, I think a book trope that I've been really wanting to try and find, and I don't often, the tropes that I have been wanting to read, I don't often get to find books for these because again, physical TBR that I'm working down to a smaller amount. One of the tropes that I've always wanted to read about is the main character escaping the situation that she's in and creating a new life for herself, but actually getting to do that, because a lot of books start out going, oh, we're gonna run away. Oh, Daniel, don't do that.
Oh, I just wanted to do a little secret.
I know, he's scared. Well, you're going to be in it now because you just scared the crap out of me like mid-sentence. And I already had Cooper scarily like...
Did ya?
The door like opened and I'm like...
I just wanted to sort of just go...
Okay.
And then go back out.
I don't know.
And the dog's just bumped your camera.
I don't know what to do.
What?
It's really good. I don't know where I was up to. I forget now. Oh, the trope. So often the story will be like, oh yeah, we're going to be going away with the main character to the new world, and then something gets them dragged back to the old one, or something happens and they don't end up going, but I'm always like, no, like I want to see them in their new life, and I'm really hoping this fulfills this, but then like I want them to have a new life and I want them to be really good at it, but I also want them to fix this fucked world. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have so many thoughts when I finish reading this, but I don't know what to do. How do I? Advice, guys, how do you do this? I assume just keep reading, but I just need to take a chill pill. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Would you like to see Koopy? Now I'm triggering him with the light. Coop! Coop! Hey! We played with him with lasers when he was younger, not really knowing what it was going to do, so he gets really triggered by lights, which I'm guessing my camera's, like my phone's glinting. So he's not going to say hello. Hi everybody, it's Tuesday night. I'm just going to be filming my little outro bit as I finish up this vlog. I'm also making a hot chocolate while I do this because that's what I feel like, and I have a cute little Cadbury mug. I'm still going along with the Good Luck Girls. I'm nearing the end. In truth, I probably could have finished it over the past couple of days, but I have rediscovered Animal Crossing. And I'm going to try, and probably won't happen, but my aim at the moment is to complete the little guidebook thingy achievements at the back, but it's like ballistic because you got to like catch 2,000 fish and all this kind of stuff, so I probably won't finish it, at least not in all this run, but I'm up to page 252 of this. I'm still enjoying it, not as much as I was when I did my excitable update the other day. Maybe if I hadn't have found Animal Crossing, it would still be like, oh my god,
it because there was this one bit where, it won't be a spoiler, but where the girls are watching this other girl being taken, and they're watching from a distance being like, what do we do? Do we screw up our lives potentially to save her? And they're just thinking all these things like, but thinking through everything that's going to happen to her, and then they decide to go after her. And that was like, which would have been like a crazy moment, except I just wasn't really in it. So I think that'll kind of dampen things, but I'm still really enjoying it, and I'll definitely be finished in the start of the next vlog. I also briefly wanted to say that I did also finish A History of Magic in this vlog. I know I didn't really talk about it that much when I finished it because I was so excited about the Good Luck Girls. I don't know if I would say it was worth it reading A History of Magic. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but it was still entertaining. The ending was a bit anticlimactic because it just kind of ended. Like, there was, the last chapter was over and there wasn't any, like, not acknowledgements, but there wasn't any, I don't know what like the non-fiction term is for epilogues, but there was nothing to close it out from like the director at the library or anything like that. So that was a bit anticlimactic. It kind of just ended, but that was it. That was the book. So I'm going to go now because I want to sit back down and have my hot chocolate. Thanks everybody so much for watching my channel again. If you can hear madness in the background, that is my dog just being let inside and he's going like crazy. But I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!